Hello guys. Welcome back to our course. Like I said before, we're back to the stage where we get to start editing our page, you know, and then convert this thing to become what we want it to be, exactly what we want it to be. Now recall that I told you there's a page builder we're going to be using, which is called Elementor. So while installing the theme, Elementor installed alongside. So ordinarily, if you want to install Elementor, you just go to plugins, add new, type in Elementor, install and activate. But since the theme already comes with Elementor automatically, we already have it on our website. So if you look up here, you're going to see this thing that says edit with Elementor. Edit with what? Elementor. So we're just going to go ahead and open that. Click on edit with Elementor. It take a while to load. So very quickly, this is the page we have just installed, a website we have just installed. So this is the point where we get to edit. Guys, as you can see, every component you see here is editable. Every component you see here is editable. All you just need to do is put your cursor there, change the text. You can delete and put it back, right? You can highlight and change all the text. You can do that. So anything you click here, you're going to find it here. This is where you edit your text. So what I want to do first is we're going to come back to editing this page shortly. But what I want to do is I just want to do a quick run through on Elementor page builder. I just want to show you how this thing works. This thing is magic. It does all the magic. Everything you see here, as beautiful as it is, was designed using Elementor. So if you know exactly how to use this, trust me, and you have some good ideas in your head, you're definitely going to come up with very beautiful websites. Good. Now, let us quickly just get into it. So all these things you see here, they are called components. Components, right? So these components are things that helps you to design your website. They helps you to design your website. So we're just going to go through the few that we can go through. So this is the basic Elementor plugin. So there's something called the Elementor Pro. The Elementor Pro is one that has more components, more amazing components you can use. But as you can see, it's under lock and keys. So for you to gain all these access, uh you're going to have to buy the Elementor Pro. But don't worry, I'm definitely going to create a course that is going to have the Elementor Pro. I'll show you where I'm going to show you how to get Elementor Pro for free, you know. But until then, so just pay attention to what I'm going to be showing you. Now, these things are components. Now, let's close up the Pro component. Let's open the basic. Good. Now, this is called inner section. Now, inner section is like a container. It's like a container where you can put different components. So and this container, this particular container, you can actually, okay, let me show you how to create another, like the uh parent container. Now you see when you come to a page, sorry, before we continue, there's something I just need to quickly run you through. You see, when it comes to website development and you come to page, creation of page and designing of a page. Now there are three things you must know about a page. Now, every page of every website has three different components, right? The number one is the header, the page header. Number two is the page body, and then number three is the page footer. What did I say? The header, the body, and the footer, right? Now, what we're looking at right now is the page header. What we're looking at right now is the page header. Now, the page header is the first thing you see when you visit a page in a website. So usually the home page is usually the first page that you bounce on when you get on any website, and it is advised that your home page has to look very, very beautiful. And designing a home page that looks beautiful will not the goal will not be achieved if the header of that home page is not beautiful. And if it's not capturing, the essence of a header is, capturing in very few words what that page is all about or what that website is all about. So for a home page, the header of a home page is supposed to briefly, within just a few words, capture every information, concisely and comprehensively about what that website is all about, right? So if you look at this, you can just see a few words that just say build your dream, vision got larger, right? And then you can see a picture. Definitely there's going to be a picture to let people know exactly what you're talking about, so their mind rings a bell to what this website is all about, right? So you can look at the picture of this is a construction uh theme that we installed. So you could see it's a construction site. You can see all the builders. So it's telling you build your dream, right? That within a glance just tells you what this website is all about. And it tells you our service, our contact. So this is the header of this page. Now the body of this page starts from this very point. All these things you're looking at is the body. So within the body is where you get to put, more information about that business. Like as you can see what they did here, they're telling you more information about them, showing you numbers. Of course, numbers speak. uh Successful projects finished, 512 plus years of experience with pride, 25. So they're just telling you all these things just to make you engage with them, right? So you're seeing this other one starting to show you their services, and you can see pictures of work they are currently doing or working. So it just tells you what this website is all about. So of course they came to put another container here, that this inner section is what was used to create these two things, you see. So if we drag an inner section and we drop it somewhere around the website, uh okay, this was not an inner section, it's a container. So I'm going to show you how to use a parent container. So when you click on this plus, it's going to ask you to add section. So when you click on the plus, so it's going to show you can see different containers. So this one can carry just one item. Yeah. So if you put this one now, it's going to cover from this place to this place. It covers 100% width of the screen. Yeah. So if you put this one that is double, it covers 50% width each, right? So which is exactly what they used for this item here. So they used this one. So let us put this and see. For instance, you can see there are two different items. So let us drag what we have inside here uh, and put inside this container that we have just created. You can see that everything that's inside there has gone here, just that the background has not gone. So we can also just change the background of this very container to this very picture if we want. But let us take it back to the way it was. Good. Now, this is just how this one was created. So eventually we're going to also try that out so you can see how it works. So like I was saying, all these things are the body of this website. So when you scroll all the way down, now this is the footer of the website. The footer starts from all this information you're looking at here. The footer, this dark part from here to here, they are all the footer of the website. Then this is where you can put some, basic information and some links about your website. You can also put some menu so that people can just navigate any part of your website. Yeah. Then you can put your copyright here, the year this website is currently running on. So you can just, these are the few informations you can put on your header and your footer. So we're going to, along the line in the course, we're going to definitely, design or edit a header, and the footer, right? Good. So that's it. Now, like I was saying, these things you look at here, they are called components. Like, so I told you, if you click on this plus, when you meet any block that was created, where that block ends, you should be able to see a plus, another plus, to be able to create another block, right? Just like you're seeing here. So if we come down, this block ends here, you can see it's showing you a plus, which means you can add another block from here. You scroll all the way down, all these ones that does not have a plus, they are inner sections. All these ones that does not have a plot, they are inner sections. So we can draw another inner section and add here. So it gives us 2 containers to be able to put any kind of thing we want. So let us make it 3. So we're just going to click on it, right click and duplicate. So once we right click and duplicate, now it now has the same layout with this one we're looking at. So we can just copy this information here, put it here, copy this information, just drag it, just draw it and drop on that one. Draw this and put it here. So you can see that the same thing you had there is what we now have here, right? So it's like just creating a container to put something inside, right? So let's put it back where it is. So we're going to drag this and put it back into, so that was a mistake. I'm going to drag it and put it back into its initial container. Good. I will drag this, put it back into its initial container, drag this, put it back into its initial container, and then we'll delete this one. Good. Now, this is how easy it is to just navigate on this. So I've just shown you. So what we're trying to do now, we're trying to run through all these different components and what they do. So this one is called the heading, right? What you're looking at here is a heading. So what happened here was they dragged a heading and they put here, and then they wrote this same text. So let us do that. We're just going to write quality services. We can just come here and edit quality. Good. So you can see the same thing that was written here is what we have also written, right? Which means you can also use the same header, put here, and achieve the same thing you want to achieve. Good. So let us delete this. So anyone you want to delete, you can always, once you right click, you're going to get options here. You can either duplicate it, you can edit it, you can copy it and paste somewhere else. You can, paste. So you can reset it, whatever, right? You can just do so. For this one, we want to delete, so we'll just come down here and delete it. Good. Now, the image, this image section is how you can add all these things you're looking at, these images. So let us try to add an image. So to add an image, you can actually just draw an image and put here, and you should be able to add an image, but that's not advisable. I would always advise that we use a container. So we'll drag a container, which is this inner section. We drag a container, put it where we want it to be, and then maybe if we want 4 layouts, we can just duplicate until we have 4 layouts, right? Then what we'll do, we'll go back to our components up here, we'll drag images and drop them inside those containers. You can now just copy this to avoid waste of time. You copy this, paste it here, paste it here, paste it here. Good. Now to put an image on it, you're just going to click on it, the particular one you want to put, then you come back to the left side here and click on upload image. Then you come here, select image. This will take you to your mobile device, to your phone, or sorry, to your laptop file manager. There you can just go ahead and add your image. So I'm going to show you also how to get professional image, like high quality images that you can use to design your website. And it's always advisable that you download those images and put them in your system. So I've just uploaded an image. So once the image has uploaded, you see it here and see it here, then you just click on select. So mind you can upload as many images as possible. So let's go ahead and upload another image for the side. Let's get something white. So these ones are the images in your library. These were the images that came with the theme, right? Yeah. So but we don't want to use these images that came with the theme. We're just going to be using our own image. So I'm going to upload another one. So let me just upload more than one. Go to my downloads and okay. So I'm just going to click up here to select more than one. Good. And then I'm just going to click and open. It's going to upload all those images for me, as you can see. So let us select the second image. We're just going to select it while the other ones are installing. So we'll try install the third one. So now in our library, we now have those images, right? So we just select anyone we like and put there. On the fourth part, we just come here, select any image we like and put there, and we're good to go. Great. So yes, so you can see we added a container, we duplicated it and made it to be 4 layouts, and then we added the image component side of it, and then we created the images. So that's how easy that is. You can see. All right, so let us move ahead. So mind you, we don't need this, or maybe we can just leave it there. Now the next thing is the text editor. Now you see all these little things you see here. Let's go to, now you see this was edited by like using a text editor component. It was added there using a text editor. So like I already told you about the heading, this was created using a heading, which is this. Now the text editor is what they use in creating this one under it. Now creating the text, you just need to drag a text editor tool and put here, and then you can come here and type in what you want to be on that text. You just type it in here, and that is it. You get it. You type the particular text you want to be here and to be there. Now we cannot see this text. Why? Because the color is black. Now I'm going to show you something else. Each time you try to do something, especially text, and you want to you know format it or customize it, what you need to do is come to style. You can see style up here. Once you click on style, there is content, there's style, there's advanced setting. So the content shows you the actual content you're working on. The style helps you to adjust it. So let us first of all change the color so we can be seeing what we're doing. So I took the color to white. Now we can see the text that was there. Now this is a dummy text, doesn't mean anything, it's just a dummy text, right? So we can align this to the left, align it to the center, align it to the right, and align you justify it. Whichever one we want, we can do. Right now, you put as much text as you want to be there. Make sure that it's a color that is visible. Now if you want to edit the text format, you just come to typography. Once you click on typography, here you should be able to change the font type. We have lots of font type here. You select the one that you want. I usually like to use Poppins or Roboto. Poppins is always a very good one, or Roboto. Those are my two favorite. I'm just giving you an expo. Roboto. So this is Roboto. So any one of them goes, right? Yes. So you can see you can also adjust the size of this text. You just need to draw. You can see the slider here. The more you draw it, the bigger it gets, right? So once you get the size that you want, you just let it be. You can also increase the weight of this text. You can make it bolder. You can see. So let us leave it at 300, or let's leave it at 400, which is the normal. Yeah. So you can transform this text, which is not necessary. You can style it to italics, normal, oblique, whichever way you want. So you can also do something like increasing the line height, especially when you have more than, you see that you can increase the line height. So let's just leave this at 20 to 25. Yes. Another thing you can do, you can increase the letter spacing. You can see that, increase the letter spacing. So essentially just to format the text to the way you want it to be. So you can also increase the word spacing. Each word is going to give each other space here. So word spacing, as you can see, you can space out the words. That is if you want, according to your preference. So this is what you find on that typography. the text shadow, you can add a shadow. Once you click on this thing, you just need to add a color here to the text. Let's say we want to add a black color. We just go here, select the color here, and remove it from the. If it goes this way, it becomes transparent, but you bring it to the very end and then select your color. It can be red color. You can see that the text has already adopted a red, but we don't want that. Even if we're going to put a shadow, it's going to be black. So, but we don't want the shadow, so I'm just going to take this off to be transparent. Good. So that's how it works. Now let's take another component. Now another component is video. So the same way we added pictures here, we can also add video. We just draw a container, place it somewhere. If it doesn't show a line, it means that it's not sitting in that place. So you see it shows a line here, which means it can sit here. You can just put it, find a place where it can sit comfortably and put it there. So we now go ahead and add the video into one of this. So once you add the video here, two things you can do: you can upload a video, or you can just put a video link. So automatically it has this link for YouTube video. Let me just copy it. Let me copy this component. Oh, because it's a video, no, I can copy it. I just need to tap on the pencil and then I'll copy it. I come here and paste. So we have two video components here. So you can actually just add two different videos, and you can see that the website is already looking very beautiful, and then we're just learning, right? So you can just design your website with all these components you're looking at. So you can just add a video link here if you want. Select the source. Is it VMO? Is it YouTube? Select it, and then you add the. If you want a picture, like you designed a particular graphic work to be on the top of the screen and not this YouTube of official logo, you can just come here and overlay image. You click on this, it's going to go off. What it takes off the YouTube, and then you can upload your own image here, and your own image will be on the top, right? Your own image will be on the top, but that's not what we want to do. So let us just disable this so that the YouTube video image can show, right? Overlay. So the play icon, if you wanted to show, yes. So we'll just leave it this way. So that's how that one works. So let's look at the next one. The next one is a button. Very good. This is very, very important because you're going to be using this a lot. Now, these things you look at here, they are called buttons, right? Now, a button is a link. Yeah, it's something that links you to another part of the website, that leads you to maybe another page, that leads you to a post, that leads you to somewhere around the website, right? So how do you add a button? Sometimes you can also use a container to add your button, depending on how you want to set up your button. So let's do a different setup from this one that was done. So I want my buttons to be together, close to each other. I want one to be here, and I want another one to be here. So two ways I can do that is I just come here, I drag the button. I can also copy this one and paste, and it's going to work, but no, I want to drag a button from here and place it inside this container. I'll go again, drag another button and place it inside this container. Yes, so this one is aligned to the left, this is also aligned to the left, so I can just align this one to the right, and I have two of them close to each other, and this is how I want my button to be. So I can decide to align this to the left and this to the right, and they're going to be far apart from each other. You can structure yours to be like that, but if I'm to do that, I'm going to keep this one here and keep this one aligned to the left. Yes, let me show you another way to do that. You draw a container under this, so you're just going to have to, yeah, under this, so you're going to have to duplicate and have up to 4 containers. So I'm going to duplicate this and duplicate it once more. So I have 4 containers now. I can drag a button and put it here. Mind you, your button color can be different, yeah, but because I already selected the color palette when I was installing the theme, that's why my colors are just giving me what I want, right? So you can do something different. So you can see that these let's just align these ones to the center, align these also to the center. So you can see that I also was able to bring these buttons close, so I can align this to the right if I want. I get the same thing I got here, and then align this to the left if I want. I still get the same thing I got here. So they're just different ways to kind of add a button. Now see how this button works. When you click on a button to edit, now you can change the text. Let me delete one of this so we can be using one. You can change the text on this, like here it's click here, so I can just say learn more. So mind you guys, buttons are usually used for call to action. They are usually used for call to action. If you want your visitors to engage on a particular thing on your website, you use these buttons to just call them to action, right? Yeah, so you can come here again and change this other one. So now if you don't do one step, you just come here and put a button. The button is not linking anywhere until you do what? You add a link to it. Now when you come to the website, to the main website, right? You can see that some of the settings we have done are already taking shape here. So let me just refresh this. I haven't saved. Yes. See, when you're designing, right, always remember to save. You see this update button, update. So once you update and you come back to your website and refresh it, you're going to see good. You see that the settings we have made, this is a live website, right? So I edit on the back end, I come here and refresh, and everything I've done just comes back to life. You can see the pictures are added, see the images are added. They are all there, right? Looking all beautiful. Yes. So what do we want to do now? We're going to get the link to a page so we can link this button to that page. Now let us open this our services page. One way to do it is you open the page and copy the link from here. Another way to do it is you right click on it and it's going to show you where it says copy link address. So just copy the link address of this very one and we'll come to this button. We click on it. You see this place where they put hash. Delete that hash. That's the link. You paste that link that we have just copied, that URL we copied for our services page, and we're going to save. But meanwhile, let us put our contact us page. So let us turn this to contact us. Contact us. Good. So we're going to now copy the contact us link from the front end of our website. Contact us. So it can be any link. You can even link another website to this as long as you have the URL. You can just put the URL there. So we're going to paste this link here and then we're going to save it. Now you can also choose to adjust the setting of this thing, the color, the text color, this text color, everything. So you just need to come to style. When you want to style any components, always click on style, please, right? So you can use typography like I showed you before to change the text format and everything. So you can see the text color. We can change this to white if we want. You can see that color has turned to white over here. So but I usually like it to stay on black. Then please make sure that you use the same color. How do you use the same color? There's something called a color code. A color code. This is how you get a color code. If you come to where a particular color is, if you click on it, let's use this text for instance. The style. This is the color. Once you click on the color, you can see the code on top of there. So once you click on the color, this is the code. This thing you look at here is the code. So you can just copy this code and paste it somewhere for safety, so that while you're building your website, you're not using different variation of colors. You're using one particular color right? So ensure that you save this code so that when you need a place where you want this your yellow to be, you can paste it. It can be any color actually, but make sure you copy this code. Yeah, so let me copy this code. I can just paste it anywhere I want, maybe in my notepad or something. So let me just show you how this one works, and you try to edit this. That's the background, so you can see the background color. You can change the background color of this to maybe like red. You can see the background color has changed, but since we don't like red, that our color we copied, we're just going to paste it here. If you highlight that, you paste it, and it goes back to the color that we want. Very good. So that's just how it works. You click on it, you format the text and the color just the way you want to format it. You can increase the size, if you want. You just play around with all these things. It's free. Yeah. So another beautiful thing I want to show you is if you click on this thing, it's usually good to make it look beautiful though. I always like to make the edges of my button curved. So you come to, how do you do that is you come to border radius, this border radius you're looking at, right? So just click on the arrow down or up. You click on the up arrow, increase it to like maybe 10 or 8. Yeah, 10. You can see that that button is now curved. This very one is now curved. You can do the same thing for this one, border radius. You can just take it to like 10 and then let it be. Good. Now you can see how this looks a bit more beautiful now. So you can do something like this for all your designs. You can do something like this for all of your designs. So let us check the next component, the divider. This is a very useful tool. So for instance, we want to create a little bit of space or aesthetic on this website. We use the divider tool. Once we place the divider tool here, since we already have our color as yellow, we're going to change this color to yellow. It's black by default, so I have already copied the color code. I'm going to paste it here. The color has turned to yellow. So another thing I want to do, I want this line to be thick, a bit thicker than this. So I'm just going to come to the weight and I'm going to increase the weight a little bit, perhaps a little bit more. Good. So this is thicker. You can copy this and you can just duplicate it. I usually like my line to be 2, so you can see the space in between the line and the other one. So what you do, you come to settings and you see gap. This gap, you're going to remove the gap. Come to this one too, remove the gap. Good. Now this is beautiful. You can do this for any of your website. Another thing you can do, come to the contents, the space in between. You can just make the space small. Just be creative. Yeah, I put this let me put it at 50%. Good. So I come to the second one, I put the second one at 50% too. You find that in content, put it at 50%. So so what we can do is we can align it to the middle or align it to the left. So let me just align it to the left, one to the right and one to the left. It's just my own way of being creative. So you can be as creative as you want with this thing and play around with it, right, to design a very beautiful website. The next thing is a spacer. So this spacer is also good. It works like the divider, but the spacer is empty, right? You can see that I just created a space. Maybe when components are too close to each other, just the way this one is now, they were too close to each other, but I added a spacer and it gave them space. So let me copy this space and add it here again. Paste. No, not here. I wanted to add it under here. Good. So you can see that there is a space up here and there's a space up here. So you can increase the space. You can make it bigger if you want. You can reduce it if you want. Yeah. So that's how the spacer tool works. That's how the spacer tool works. Another components we want to check, the Google map. So you can actually add a map to this website, but usually maps are added to the about us page. But let me just show you how it works. You can use a container to do that, or you can just put it the way it is. So you come here and type. The only thing you need to do is type the address of where you want to display on the map. you can see the map is already displaying this very address that was put here by default. So you can, let's put an address in Abuja. So National Airport, National Stadium. Let me use National Stadium. National Stadium, Abuja. So you can see that Abuja map has appeared. So, and this is showing us a map for National Stadium, Abuja. You can see the stadium. It's just somewhere around there. Good. So you can do what? Increase the height of the map to make it bigger, right? You can zoom it out more if you want to zoom it in, you know. So you can always leave the map height around 600 pixel. 600 pixel, anything around 600 pixel is perfect. So you just leave it there. You can add a heading to say something like find us on the map. You can just add a heading on top of it. Say find us on the map. Just come here and edit it. Good. So we can just do that and then change the color because the color is black, so we can't see it. If I change the color to white now, we can see it says find us on the map. You can align this to the center. So, so that's just how you use all these components. So, but the thing is, you just get creative with it and design as much as you want. Something called icon. So this icon is like, maybe I want to add an icon here inside one of this container. Then I'll add another icon on the other container. So I'll copy this and I'll paste it here. Good. So I have two different icons. Let me first change the color of the icon to white. So I'll just come here and change this color to white. And then this other one, I'm going to change it to yellow. So the thing is, you can just be as creative as you can. Oh, I already copied another text, so I won't be able to get that yellow. So what I need to do is go back and get the code of that our yellow color. You see why I say it's important that you just keep it somewhere so that you can always get it where you need it. So let me delete that. I'll just come to this place where I can find the color, or I'll click on this place where I can find the color, come to the style, to the yellow, and I'll copy the code. Then I'll come back to my icon and I'll place the color here. I'll just paste it here. Good. So I have the color, my two colors. So how do I change this icon? If I don't like this icon, change it. There's something called an icon library. You go to this place and tap on it. It's going to bring out where you have a lot of icons. So you just choose any icon you like here. So, so let me choose the icon of a car. Yeah, I just insert it. Yes, so this place I can choose the icon of any other thing that I like. You know, let me use the icon of a swimming pool. Insert. So you can see this. You can just, that's how you get to use the icon. Essentially, maybe when you want to make a list of stuff, yeah, you always find an icon to put beside it, right? You would always find an icon to put beside it. So, just be creative with this. Now, the next thing is forms. You can actually create a form. I showed you the WP forms. So let's try to create a form somewhere around here. Now, these forms you will create the form inside the WP application, not here. But once you have created the form inside the WP application, it's going to be available, on this drop down. So here we have a simple contact form. I'm just going to tap that one. This is the form that comes by default, so you can add this form. So on the back end, you can actually just create, I think you can also create a new form. Okay, yeah, when you click on that new form, it brings you to the back end of WP form. So on this very point, you can just enter the name of the form. Let me say new form. So once you click on new form, you come here, you can say a blank form. So it's also a drag and drop thing, create form from the scratch. Yeah, so let me just show you from the scratch so that you see how it works. So let's just say we want to create a contact form, a simple contact form. So I'm just going to drag a line and drop it here, and I'll call this name. Yes, yes. So name, you can add something called the placeholder. Placeholder is what we show under here, and say enter name. You can do it for the rest of them. Good. Now this is it. You come back to add field. Let's add another field. Let's say uh phone number. You draw it, drag it and drop here. You can drag email and drop here. Yeah. So the person just put his name, put his phone number, put his email. Uh, Something called checkbox. You can put checkboxes, but you can just come here and play around this thing. Learn it, because you can't totally get everything on this training. Yeah. But we're going to create more courses for you. So you can add a paragraph. So on this point, everybody here, maybe like after they have put their information and they have some additional information to share, you can just tell them enter your text here or enter your message. So you can see this is just a quick form we have created. You can create more advanced forms. So I'm just going to go ahead and save it. So we'll come back to our WordPress. Let me just save this form. We go back to our editor. Good. Is this? So let me cancel this. Good. So you just select this one and you can see that your form can just be here if you want. So unfortunately, these are the free components that we can treat here. So if you go down, we can still find some other components. Image box, you just play around these things by yourself. Image carousel is like image slider. This one, you can just put it anywhere you want and put different image and it's sliding on your screen. So just play around with all these things, yeah, and you see how it works. So guys, this is how you edit a page on Elementor page builder. So you just essentially need to download a theme for beginners, of course. Definitely, I don't want to start teaching you how to start from scratch to design these pages, because it's going to be very difficult for you, I assure you. But as time goes, you start like this, gradually like this. On another course that we're going to be doing next, we'll be doing some advanced training on this, and definitely make sure that you join our WhatsApp and Telegram group, so that when these courses arrive, we're going to send them to you, and then you take those courses and then you see you're going to learn further how these things are done. But I can assure you, with these few trainings that you have now, you can already build your website, so you can do this for all your pages. So let's come back to our website, and this is our services page. Now our services page is the same thing you did in the other one, the home page. You just come here and click on edit with Elementor. If you come to about us page, edit with Elementor, contact us page, edit with Elementor. So you just edit as much as you can, right? So it's very, very easy. Change all the text, change all the pictures, put your own text, as simple as that, and your website is ready. You can see this thing, it's just like editing something on your phone, right? So that's just how easy it is. So that icon I showed you, you can see different icons. You can just put the icon by the side and put your text by the side. Just be creative, right? When you look at websites that they've already built, it makes it easy for you to get more ideas on how to design your own website. So you can come and try these things out for yourself.